Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Zenitton, and welcome to today's video for Legends of Runeterra. Today we got a deck for you. Seems like Poros might be a problem. And I kind of agree with a lot of people who are saying that. I think Poros are not going to become the best deck, but I think they will probably cement themselves into probably a tier 1 deck, at least for ladder, and probably in the top 5 best decks for this set. If you don't know what I'm talking about, the deck is an Iceborn Legacy deck. You play Poro, or Daring Poro, Poro Cannons, Poro Snacks, Iceborn Legacy, and ways to just make more Poros, make more Snacks, make more Legacies, and so on and so forth. And you just win with like 1 mana 5/5 Poros or something. That's crazy. So, I've got today a deck that should be favored against it. We're going to be looking at a Pantheon deck, not Mono Pantheon, Pantheon Shyvana. So, before I talk more about the deck and why I think it's good against Poros, let's go look at the deck. Okay, welcome to the deck. Now, this deck has existed before, but I've never done a video on it, so I wanted to do a video on it because I think it is pretty solid into the upcoming meta. So yeah, if you don't know what this deck is, it's basically like the Mono Pantheon decks. You're just a little slower because we don't play things like Saga Seekers, so we don't go all in on just a single unit like Pantheon or Saga Seeker or White Flame. So instead we have Shyvana, and we can kind of like use Shyvana as a backup win con instead of just relying on Pantheon and White Flame. Now you might say, so why this deck over, say, Mono Pantheon? Vengeance is good now at 6 mana. It was good before at 7 mana. It's even better now at 6 mana. A lot of decks are floating around that are playing 3 Vengeances, and that's probably why you are not seeing a lot of Pantheon at the moment, because the Mono Pantheon list, which was arguably the best Pantheon list, was a little weak to Vengeance. You might say, well, they could play Bastion, sure, but Bastion was kind of weak against the against Vengeance decks anyway because of Vile Feast and other pings that they have. So this deck is a little more resilient, first off, against Vengeance. And like I was saying earlier, I do think it is good against Poros. Now you might say, okay, so why is it good against Poros? First off, the strike spells alone are just ways to interact with things that are elusive. Shyvana fairly easily levels up against the Poro deck, and Shyvana can give you more strikes. She'll give you Strafing Strike. Her champ spell Confront is really good with Pantheon and Wounded White Flame and herself and other dragons as well. Hush and Sharp Sight. I don't know if I mentioned Sharp Sight, but Hush and Sharp Sight let you actually block the elusives. Thanks to Dragon's Clutch, you can get Overwhelm on your dragons, which are probably getting bigger and bigger thanks to Fury, so you can actually win the game quickly instead of slowly winning the game and giving your opponent a chance to get like a double Poro Cannon, double Daring Poro, big turn or something. So, let's just go over the deck really quick and talk about why certain cards are in the deck. 3 Dragon Chows. This card's just great in Dragon decks. Lets you level up your Shyvana quickly. Cycling's nice. Combos really cutely with Wounded White Flame because the White Flame will not technically kill a full health Dragon Chow, so you could even get 2 cards off of the Dragon Chow. So we run all 3 here. Could cut 1 or even 2 if you wanted more stuff, but I think 3 is the best right now. 2 Guiding Touches, just a card here for Fated, so also Cycles, just really good, helps heal up Dragon, so really nice card, lets you win combat, and Cycling is nice, and you can heal your face if you really, really need it. 3 Goats, being able to block Elise is really good, and just Fearsomes in general. Gems are just really good too, letting you buff things that are Fated, heal things that have Challenger, etc., etc. You know why Gems are good and why Goat is good. 3 Pale Cascade, again, good card for Fated, lets you win combats, and it cycles, just a great card. 3 Sharp Sights, we're trying to beat elusives, and Sharp Sight is one of the best ways at finding elusives, and it's just a really, really good card for almost any Demacia deck. I feel like there is no Demacia deck that should not be playing 3 Sharp Sights. 3 Single Combats, similar to why we're playing 3 Sharp Sights, we're just trying to beat elusives. Single Combat is one of the better Demacia cards out there. So we play 3 of them. 3 Dragon's Clutch. You could honestly probably cut the 3rd, but I like 3 at the moment because we'll probably want to use at least 1 to give our dragons overwhelm, but we'd probably want to use the first to probably draw more dragons. So I run all three. 2 hushes again, because we're trying to be elusive, so we play 2 hushes. Just also very good as well against other matchups too. Decent against Viego, Kindred as well, but pretty good card anyway. 3 white flames, basically a backup win con here in case we can't Pantheon and win. We don't have Zenith Blade, so it's not as good in mono as it is in mono Pantheon, but we can give it overwhelm with Dragon's Clutch, so it's almost as good. 2 Blinded Mystics, basically also more hushes. That is a permanent silence. We can use it to also activate Fated too for White Flame, helps level up Pantheon. Piercing Spell Shield is actually really nice too, so you can silence, say, an Arsenal who has Spell Shield, so that's pretty cute. 2 Golden Aegises. This card just wins games. Using it on something that has Challenger is really good too, like a Screeching Dragon, or using it after we've given our dragons Overwhelm is also really nice. So great card in general, so we've run 2. Could probably cut the second and go down to 1 if you want to run other stuff, but I think 2 is good, so you actually draw 1. 3 Pantheon, 3 Shyvana. No real reason to not run all 3 of both of these champions. I guess you could, in theory, play like 2 Shyvanas and 1 Zoe, but I think you want to run all 3 Shyvanas and all 3 Pantheons. 2 Concerted Strikes. You could probably even run like more. The 3rd Concerted Strike is definitely a card you could try to fit in by cutting some of the other cards I said you could cut, but Concerted Strike's just really good. Helps get around barrier, helps you kill bigger things. There aren't that many big things in the meta now, but killing things like Viego, Hydravine, it's just really nice, but so we only run 2 of them. And 3 Screeching Dragons, because this is arguably one of the best dragons in the game. Just a 5 mana 4/5 with Challenger is great. And Fury and it being a dragon just makes it really, really playable and good. And it can be a win con too, thanks to Dragon's Clutch giving it Overwhelm. So, very quick explanation of the deck and of the cards in the deck, but honestly, it's not that complex of a deck. Some cards that are not in this deck that you might be asking about are Zenith Blade. We have Dragon's Clutch instead. Sure, it's not as good, but we're a dragon deck and we'd rather run Dragon's Clutch because it's more versatile. Star Shaping, we don't really want to go late enough for Star Shaping to matter. Solari Sunforger, it's a consideration if aggro gets even more popular, but it's not that great in the current meta. It's good against like burn style aggro, but not the elusive style aggro, if that makes sense. Judgment. Judgment is definitely a consideration as a one of. I don't like it in the current meta. I just feel like with Deny being as popular as it is, I don't like spells that cost that much mana. I've seen some people even saying, like, what about Mind Splitter? I think that's the name of the card, the 8 mana dragon. But I've heard some people saying, like, Mind Splitter as a way to beat elusive Poros. It's an interesting concept, I'll say, because the Poro deck doesn't really have a way to remove Infinite Mind Splitter, I'll say. So it's an interesting concept, but I think it's just a little too slow. So there's probably a few other cards that I'm forgetting to mention as to why they're not in here, but there are flex spots in this deck, so you could try some of those cards I mentioned. You could try, like, other cards that are in this deck, but not as a 3 of. I don't think 3 Hushes is good, so I wouldn't play them. Same with 3 Blinded Mystics, but I like the numbers as it is now. But you could definitely try out some other stuff. Also, Strafing Strike is another consideration, too. You could definitely consider cutting Concerted Strike for Strafing Strike. I just like Concerted Strike over Strafing Strike at the moment. Anyway, that is the deck in a nutshell. I think it's really strong. Let's go and check it out in a couple of games. Okay, looks like I'm against an Iceborn Legacy deck. Not a Poro version, but Iceborn Legacy in general. I'm going to mulligan this whole hand and look for Mountain Goat here because of Elise. I'm going to assume this is a... Dragon Child's not bad, but this hand's bad. I'm going to assume my opponent's playing the version that plays Howling Abyss. They could be playing a Mistwraith version instead, but that's not a common one. I might just lose this game now. In all honesty, with this start, this is not a good start here. I need a top deck really, really well, like Mountain Goat or White Flame. Well, sometimes card games do this, and you don't draw that well. Well, thankfully my opponent doesn't have Elise. And that's a really good draw, in fact. All right, my opponent seems to have a bad hand, too. We're actually in a good spot now. That's probably the best draw I could have had there. If I draw, like, Shyvana here, it's even better. No, but that's fine. Okay. I'm gonna cycle here because my hand's bad. Shyvana? Mountain Ghost's not bad. I think with how slow they're playing, I want to play around Ruination. Yeah, I'll play around Ruination slightly. Hi, Pantheon. I'm going to say Pantheon for after he levels to try and cheese a win out that way. Well, that's annoying. I could Golden Aegis here? No, that doesn't seem correct. I'm going to do this to get a gem. Yeah, I like this play. I like getting a gem here. So yeah, it seems like my opponent's a more control version of Spiders. Maybe not even playing Iceborn Legacy, but they're just all in on Howling Abyss. I'm going to say they don't have... I'm going to start with this. I'm going to say they don't have Ruination here. If they pass, that very likely means Ruination. Okay, now I think I'm going to play Shyvana and Rally.
Dragon blood, Demacian heart.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'll do this. This is what? This brings them down to 4? This is good tempo. I like this tempo. It's a little bad against Flash Freeze, but whatever. Flash Freeze is really the only punish here for this, and it's not that bad. They could play like Vile Feast or something and get a chump blocker. Yeah.
Suffer my fury.
I want to block this one. There you go. So, that's good tempo, I'd say, but we're still in danger. They don't have Ruination mana here, so I might try and do that. That's a really good draw. That's a really, really good draw. I think I'm going to actually just play Pantheon here and try and win with an Overwhelm turn. Okay. I'm fine with that.
Nothing like the great outdoors.
Sure.
Swiftly.
I think I'll Sharp Sight block with Shyvana here. I was considering it on the White Flame, though, instead, but I want to get Shyvana a little extra health. I don't know. Maybe it was correct to do it on the White Flame so I get a Faded trigger, but I'm not sure. Still, though, I think I win here. Vengeance is annoying, but they can't double Vengeance. They would need, like, double Vengeance. Also, that was really unlucky to get a Teemo for your first champ. So yeah, I'm just going to do this. This is lethal. With Dragon's Clutch, Sharp Sights, and Strafing Strikes, I should have lethal. This is lethal already. You need more, opponent. Okay. Guess I'll have to... I can just Sharp Sight for now. Let me actually... I have to do math here. So let's see. 3, 5, and I have 9 mana, so I could still Strafing or single combat. Okay, sure. So we'll just do this to try and bait out more stuff. I'm basically trying to bait out a Vengeance Oh, and I didn't realize Pantheon would level. Wow. Okay, that was something I should have checked. That was a misplay, though, not checking if Pantheon would level. I should have done this first and then attacked. But yeah, he got Spell Shield. Wow, I'm lucky. So yeah, with Pantheon on having Spell Shield, I can't lose from here. Vengeance on my 6/4. I think that's your only out here in theory, but then I'll just Dragon's Clutch. Yep. Called it. Just make sure I do this properly. So we win, right? That should be lethal. Yep, 15 damage. And that's how this deck works. Just winning with lots of overwhelm stuff. And that's why we play Shyvana instead of just mono Pantheon. Because Vengeance is good. Okay, welcome to the next game. This deck is not a deck I've been seeing too much, but I'm not surprised to see this deck, Sion Rumble. Riot has been selling a deck bundle in the store that is this, and a lot of people have been considering if Sion Rumble is actually a thing. I think it is a worse version of just Rumble Draven. I think Draven is just better here, especially after the Sion nerfs. I think it's just better to run Rumble. Or sorry, Draven. This hand's really bad, by the way. We had this last game, though, but again, having a hand with just Dragon Chow and spells is kind of bad. Screeching Dragon kind of helps, but we need something to bridge us in our mid-game until turn 5. And it's very unlikely we don't draw something by turn 3. We've got, what, 2 more draws? If I get desperate enough, I can play this. But I doubt I'll be desperate enough to use Dragon's Clutch to draw. But if I have to, I will play Dragon's Clutch on 3 to try and draw into Shyvana on 4. Okay, that's annoying. That's really, really annoying, in fact. Alright, White Flame? Shyvana? Single combat. Okay, not bad, not bad. You got it. I'll take the 4. Kind of hate taking all this damage here. I don't have that much healing outside. Actually, I only have a Guiding Touch to heal. And I feel like my opponent's going to be playing Decimates. Yeah, that's not good. I'm going to have to do this. Let's see what I get here. Okay. Wounded White Flame with a double Dragon Chow and single combat. It's not bad. They hit me for 7 here. Yeah, I might actually have to chump a 3-2 with my Dragon Chow. That's going to be bad if I have to. Oh, yeah, this is bad. So they've got 2 Mecha Yordles and a Risen Rider. I'm not seeing how I'm coming back from this. Sure. Yeah. I am not going to chump. I could Sharp Sight a Dragon Chow and block the Rascal. It's a very interesting play. And I actually think I'm going to do that. That 3 health is actually a lot of health. I'm doing this so I still get the card draw. And it will give me a Fury Trigger on Wounded White Flame. That's kind of cute. If they want to waste a Mystic Shot or something here, I'm very happy with that. That's one less. That's less burn damage to my face. But yeah, this is actually bad. We drew really, really poorly this game. It's not looking too good for us. But we have a lot of card draw coming up. Pantheon might get us a win soon. There's some healing for our face. Okay, we have a chance now.
Bring death to their walls.
Okay. I know Lady of Blood was in the version of the deck in the store. I just felt like most people would remove Lady of Blood. We'll just play this so we can kill Lady of Blood. Surge Strike's not the worst. So my only problem is, what do I do about Sion? Sion's going to be a problem. Like, I have Concerted Strikes and single combats. Golden Aegis is going to be interesting.
Come for the mechs and see them get wrecked.
Vision's a problem. All right. So they have 3 Mecha Yordles. Oh, God. All right, well, I'm probably going to have to... Wait, the ally gets Spell Shield. Oh, that's bad. That's really bad. Well, if they don't actually open attack, I can play Pantheon here. And have Pantheon as a barrier blocker. That's actually really good if they let me do that. If they just open attack here, I have Screeching Dragon to block. Yeah, we're gonna Pantheon this.
Cast off your fear and stand as one.
I might just like, well, I have Shield Vault too. This is actually a really interesting turn if they play another unit. But yeah, this is why we play 3. Sure, no problem, opponent. This is right here is why we play 3, what's it called? I'm actually going to probably let Pantheon die. This feels like they're trying to kill Pantheon. So one of those is still a Mecha Yordle, by the way. I think I'll sign or stun this. The stun still goes through even if they kill Pantheon, if I remember correctly. No, let's use... I actually think I'm going to do nothing for now. Yeah, let's just pass. See what they do here. That Electro Harpoon play kind of makes me suspicious that they have something they want to do before combat. Like, if they just attack, I'm very fine with this. Yeah, so I'll just do this. And I think this? Yeah, I think this is how I want to do it. This is annoying, but whatever. Could single combat here.
Cradle the air in your lungs and the love in your heart. Live. Remember this.
Could do it like this instead. I lose my board here, but I still have 2 white flames. Yeah, I like it. I like this play a little bit better. I don't want to take 4 or 6 damage and go to 4 in this matchup. Like, sure, I lose my entire board. That's fine. I don't care too much. The only thing I'm worried about is Sion. Like, that is scary, but I can't do much if they have an on-curve Sion. Yeah, and he's probably going to level. Yeah. I don't know. I'll just play this, I think, and say go. Please no Sion. That last turn might have been a misplay, though. I don't know. Lil Dipper. Lady of Blood is who's in the deck. Or who's in that now. Alright, that's fine. I'll just pass. So that's their last Mecha Yordle. So they have... Every card now is a card from their deck. I don't know if that's good, but sure, thanks. I'll just chump. Or not chump, but trade. Could use a Concerted Strike here. I don't think that's worth. Thank God that's not a Sion, by the way. So we'll just do this, and we'll, like, double White Flame, I think, for the card draw. That's really important. Another Pantheon. I think I'm going to Guiding Touch this now so I can attack in with both of my White Flames, and my White Flames will kill the Lady of Blood. Yeah, I like that play. I'm trying not to use Concerted Strike, by the way, because I want to use Concerted Strike to kill a Sion when he attacks, or at least comes down. That's a great draw, by the way. Also, this second Sion is really, really good against... Or second Pantheon is really good against a Sion turn. Because stuns. This is fine. Hush. Well, now I don't have to worry about Sion anymore. So much for that. So yeah, I'll just Pantheon here. Rumble's annoying, but yeah, they had to discard everything for that. Guillotine, Rumble, and Grenadier. So they discarded Guillotine, Rumble, and Grenadier. Non-fleeting ally. Create a fleeting copy. Oh yeah, I forgot you work on champions, Lady of Blood. So that means they have a Rumble champ spell, so Flame Spitter. Interesting. This is mostly just to pop the spell shield.
Upon our return,
I might not even attack in here, in all honesty. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna... Well, no, I'll attack in with Pantheon. They can't pop Pantheon's barrier, but for the White Flames, I'm not attacking with White Flames. So I think I got this game wrapped up. Got a nice way to give my dragons Overwhelm. I'll just smork them for like 4 here, probably. Pantheon can level up next turn. We can even rally if we want. We got this. I don't think there's a way I can lose this. I need to do some math really quick. Like, sure. That's a weird one to buff. Sure. Right, like, impact only works on offense. Okay, opponent. So do I need 13 or 12 mana here? I want to have Concerted Strike and Hush. That's 8 mana alone. Plus this is 12. So we can summon the Mountain Goat, sure. Kind of hate how that gets summoned for them, but whatever. We have Mountain Goat. We have White Flame for this. I hate this. I think I'm just going to Sharp Sight my Dragon and block. This levels up Pantheon too, but I'd still rather Sharp Sight this. Let's see what I get from Pantheon.
I will make the gods remember this day.
I got Spell Shield, Lifesteal, and Tough. Well, because of Tough, I'm actually going to block here. We're actually going to do this block now. Yeah, I like this block. So with Hush and Concerted Strike, I don't think any one card can stop this. So we win. There is no out for them here that I can see in their region combinations. I guess like a top deck Decimate into Decimate, but I could answer that. Even without Lifesteal, I have Guiding Touch. And top deck Decimate after this wouldn't stop me. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Whatever. So we'll just Dragon's Clutch here and attack in with everything. I mean, we can Scout attack anyway. He doesn't have Elusive though, sadly. Yep, GG. Good job, Pantheon. So that's another win for this deck. Pretty decent deck, I think. Pretty powerful.
The heavens without victory.
So, welcome back to the deck. 2 very good games there, actually. I feel like both of those games showcased exactly why we like this deck. Kind of upset I didn't run into a Poro deck. I kind of wanted to really show off this deck against Poros, but I didn't run into any, so that kind of sucks. But in one game, we ran against the Vengeance deck, and we got to show off why we like to play Shyvana over just mono Pantheon. And then in our next game, we just got to show off how we win a lot when we don't need to worry about Vengeance, and that's just Pantheon. Like, Pantheon did a lot. We had double White Flame, too, and White Flame's just great. So this deck, pretty strong deck. I think it's a good, at least solid answer to the Poro deck if it gets even better. So I like this deck. I think it's really good. I think, in my honest opinion, I think in the current meta, this is the best Pantheon deck right now. In the last meta, Mono Pantheon, in my opinion, was the best Pantheon deck, and I thought Shyvana, while fun, Shyvana Pantheon, while fun, was the worst. Well, not the worst, but not as good as Mono Pantheon. I think in my opinion, Shyvana Pantheon was better than Taric Pantheon. Also, as for Taric Pantheon, I think Taric Pantheon is just bad at the moment. It's really good against control decks because multiple rallies, but no one plays control right now. At least, let me rephrase that. Control is not that great right now. People are saying things like Targon Speak is good, Triple Vengeance is good. They're getting popular. I don't know if I'd say they're good, though. But yeah, that is the deck. That is how the deck works, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you've got any comments and critiques or any kind of suggestions about kind of changes you think would go well with the deck, I'd love to hear it down below in the comments. If you guys just enjoyed the video in general, I'd love it if you could leave a like or a comment down below. And if you guys want to keep up with the Legends of Runeterra content, you can always go and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to watch me play some Legends of Runeterra, you can go and check me out over on Twitch at twitch.tv/Zeniton, where I stream pretty much every single day. Anyway, though, with that all said and done, thank you all again once more for watching this video. And until I see you guys in the next one, bye!